Here's a paradox for you. Jet Li is widely regarded as one of the most technically skilled martial artists in cinema history, yet his fame doesn't always match his mastery. Bruce Lee had the charisma, Jackie Chan had the personality. Jet Li, he just had perfection. And as it turns out, perfection doesn't generate memes. Jet Li could kick you in the face 47 times before you realized the first one landed, and he'd do it without changing his expression. So why is the guy who literally redefined martial arts on screen somehow the unsung hero of the genre? Let's fix that. Born Li Lianjie in Beijing in 1963, Jet Li wasn't an actor who learned martial arts. He was a martial artist who happened to wander onto a film set. At age 8, he was discovered for the Beijing Wushu team. By 11, he was national champion. At 11, most kids that age are figuring out long division. Jet Li was performing perfect aerial spins in front of thousands. In 1974, he performed for Richard Nixon during the president's visit to China. Nixon, impressed, jokingly offered him a job as a bodyguard. Jet Li, age 11, politely declined. "I don't want to protect just one person," he said. "I want to protect all of China." Cool origin story, right? Here's the thing, he meant it. Fast forward to 1982. A young director named Zhang Xinyan needs a martial artist for a low-budget film called Shaolin Temple. They cast this wushu champion named Li Lianjie, give him the stage name Jet Li, and accidentally create a cultural phenomenon. Shaolin Temple became one of the highest-grossing Chinese films of all time. Jet Li became an instant superstar, and suddenly, competitive wushu, this precise, almost balletic form of martial arts, was cinema. But wait, it gets better. Most martial artists act like they're in a fight. Jet Li moves like he's painting with violence. His background in competitive wushu gave him something other martial arts stars didn't have: technical perfection as a baseline. Every kick placed exactly where it needs to be. Every stance geometrically correct. Zero wasted movement. Watch his breakthrough role in Once Upon a Time in China, 1991, where he plays folk hero Wang Fei Hung. There's a fight scene involving a ladder that's essentially a physics dissertation disguised as action choreography. He's not just fighting, he's demonstrating principles of leverage, momentum, and spatial awareness while making it look effortless. Here's what separated Jet Li from everyone else. The quiet intensity, no yelling, no posing, no showboating. His face barely moves, yet somehow conveys everything. Bruce Lee gave you rage, Jackie gave you charm, Jet gave you nothing, and somehow that nothing was terrifying. The speed. Not fast and chaotic, fast and readable. You could see every technique, every strike, every defensive counter. His fights had clarity. In an era when Hollywood would later fall in love with shaky cam nonsense, Jet Li proved that technique beats chaos every time. And then there's Fist of Legend, 1994, his remake of Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury. Here's the thing about remaking a Bruce Lee film. You don't, except Jet Li did, and many consider it superior to the original. That's not disrespect to Bruce Lee. It's just facts. The fight choreography elevated the entire genre, but Hollywood was watching, and Hollywood had ideas. Jet Li arrived in Hollywood in 1998 with Lethal Weapon 4, playing a villain opposite Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. The good news, his fight scenes were incredible. The bad news, Hollywood had no idea what to do with him. Romeo Must Die in 2000 tried to make him a romantic lead. Did not land. The one in 2001 tried to make him a sci-fi star. Also did not land. For years, Hollywood kept trying to figure out what Jet Li was, when the answer was simple: let him fight, shut up, and point the camera. Then came Hero in 2002. Director Zhang Yimou took martial arts cinema and turned it into art house poetry. Color-coded fight sequences, operatic storytelling, action as visual narrative. And at the center, Jet Li, doing what he does best. Moving like violence is a language only he speaks fluently. Hero proved martial arts films could be cinema, not just action movies. It was nominated for an Oscar. It made people who'd never watched a kung fu film sit up and pay attention. Fearless in 2006 was meant to be his retirement film, a reflection on martial arts philosophy, nationalism, and what it means to fight with honor. It's one of his best performances, where his restraint becomes the point, not a limitation. And yet, he remained the unsung hero. So why isn't Jet Li as famous as Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee? Personality doesn't translate. Western celebrity culture rewards big personalities. Jet Li let his work speak. That's respectable. It's also box office poison. Hollywood couldn't package him. Too serious for comedy. Too restrained for American action. Too skilled to hide with editing tricks. They wanted him to fit a mold. Quiet mastery doesn't trend. Jackie's behind-the-scenes injury compilations went viral. Bruce Lee's philosophy became motivational poster gold. Jet Li's perfect technique, appreciated by martial artists, invisible to everyone else. Cultural differences matter. In Asia, Jet Li is a legend. In the West, he's that guy from The Expendables. The quiet master who never needed to be the loudest voice in the room got drowned out by louder voices. And here's the kicker. He was fine with that. Buddhism influenced his entire approach. Let the work speak. Don't chase fame. Perfect the craft. In a way, being unsung was the most Jet Li thing possible. Who's the most underrated martial arts star? Jet Li, Donnie Yen, Scott Adkins, or someone else? Drop your pick below and let's settle this in the comments.